Look, Ms. Gutierrez, either you have a problem or you just don't care about court orders. It's one or the other. If you have a problem, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? I'm now going to put an ankle monitor on you. And if I ever find that you test positive again for anything, and I don't give a rat's behind what it is, you will stay with me. And if it becomes an...
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into a high-stakes courtroom showdown that's full of tension, warnings, and life-altering consequences. Ms. Gutierrez walks in facing serious allegations, an ankle monitor threat, and probation violations. The judge doesn't hold back. He's laying out the potential consequences in no uncertain terms: 180 days in jail, probation, lockdown rehab, or worse if rules are broken again. We're about to see how prior offenses, technicalities like credit for jail days, and legal negotiations collide in real time. Stick around, because this case is not only about legal penalties, it's about choices, accountability, and the high drama that unfolds when someone's freedom hangs in the balance. Who will stay on track, and who's heading for serious trouble? Let's break it all down.
case, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it for 2 years, and put you in a lockdown rehab facility. Do you understand? If that's what it's going to take. I'm amending the conditions now to put a scram on her ankle. I hope, above all else in this short life, you are not driving. Because if it comes to my attention that you are in violation of this affidavit, it's really not going to go well for you. You understand?
Yes.
Okay? All right?
Now, Your Honor, we do have an offer, and we wanted to run it by you to see if it was something that you'd take. It is a jail offer.
So, Your Honor, it was, yeah, and this was I didn't see it, but yes, it was a minimum of 30. I think we just didn't realize she had 10 days credit, so it wouldn't be a time.
How does she have 10 days credit?
I didn't run her, so that's
That's what she did let me know. She has about 10 days credit. So we can verify.
254, 5,000. 5,005. I don't know.
Ms. Judge.
Sandra Gutierrez,
Hmm?
she has 1 day.
She has 1 day credit.
1 day. Where'd you get 10
One
days from?
day.
That's
Well,
okay.
I was in jail so I was on probation before when I caught this new charge. I was actually did a 5-year probation, and I was supposed to sign my papers that day that I was, I guess, exited out of jail, the day that I left jail. And
Look,
it was like a week before, so yeah,
please,
I'm not sure.
just, you guys talk it over. I don't want you to say something that really hurts your case, you know? So it's probably better that you just talk with Ms. Chisholm, figure out what you guys, we only have 1 day credit here. That's all we have. If you want to.
Here's where the tension really kicks in. The judge confirms the ankle monitor, making it crystal clear. Any slip-ups and Ms. Gutierrez could face serious consequences. What's striking is how precise the probation and jail credit discussions get. Every single day counts, and miscommunication could hurt her case. This is a great example of how technical details in the legal system can become high-stakes decisions. And notice how the lawyers carefully weigh the offer. Every word and credit day can tip the balance. Audience question: if you were in her shoes, would you accept the probation offer knowing a single misstep could
I'm
land you
happy
in
to do it.
jail?
That's good, Judge.
If you guys want to do it.
The 1 day, Judge?
Right, well, she has 1 day credit. I'm not going to give her more than she's entitled to.
I understand.
You know, I can only give you what you're entitled to,
Yes,
right?
Judge.
What you have here. So if you want to do that, you have my blessing. It's up to you guys. You let
Sounds
me
good,
know.
Judge.
But as of today, if she leaves here, she gets an ankle monitor. Plus, and then if you test positive again, it's not going to go.
Now the judge hits hard with the DWI warnings. A second DWI is no joke. It could escalate to a felony with a minimum of 15 years if repeated. The judge even gives practical advice. Uber, one-button rides, don't get behind the wheel. It's fascinating to see the courtroom mix practical life guidance with legal consequences. From a legal perspective, this is preventative justice in action, setting conditions that protect the defendant and the public. And let's be honest, the emotional weight here is heavy. One bad decision could completely change a life. What would you do in this situation to avoid future charges?
Okay,
Sounds good. Judge,
you let me know. Yes, ma'am.
does she have to go back in here, Judge?
No, but she's got to meet with pre-trial.
Yes, Judge. On Ms. Sandra,
Yes.
we have a new offer, probation officer, 15-month offer with the TRAS. Whatever the TRAS states that she should do, she'll do it.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Sounds good?
Absolutely.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you. We'll write it up.
Here's the thing, though. She couldn't even make a felony probation. How's she gonna make this one?
She didn't make felony probation.
Did she make it or did she get adjudicated?
She completed it, 5 years.
Tell her that if she tests positive, I will put her in a treatment facility, though, so she knows.
Here,
Yes, Judge.
the judge meticulously explains probation conditions: no drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, community service, and mandatory classes. He even adjusts the community service to a parenting class because it fits her situation better. This is a perfect example of how judges personalize probation conditions based on circumstances while maintaining strict accountability. Plus, the $3,000 search fee shows how financial penalties are layered into the consequences. For viewers, take note, courts don't just punish, they structure conditions to encourage rehabilitation, but it comes with strict rules. Breaking them, consequences escalate immediately.
Warrant is fair warrant.
Yes, Judge. And she,
Absolutely.
yes, Judge. I'll let her know.
Fam, on which one? Ms. Gutierrez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's a second, am I right?
Yes, Judge.
What happens the next time? If you ever pick up another DWI, what's gonna happen?
It'll be a felony.
2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Any prior pen trips?
Yes, Judge.
How many?
Just one.
You could be potentially a 15 to life case next time you pick up a DWI. 15 to life, minimum. With your record, just mere smell will be enough. So if I were
Pay close attention here. The judge lays out the 3 critical deal breakers: drinking, driving without a license, insurance, or fleeing the scene. Each carries immediate legal repercussions. This moment is packed with suspense because the defendant must make a lifetime decision: comply fully or risk severe penalties. From an educational standpoint, this illustrates how conditional probation works. It's essentially a roadmap of do's and don'ts, with the court ready to respond at the first violation. Audience poll time. Which of these 3 consequences do you think is the hardest for someone in this situation to avoid?
you, if you want to get lit, wonderful. Just don't get into a car. Find another way. Take an Uber. 30 to 50 bucks will get you wherever you want to go in this city. Don't matter where you want to go. Anywhere. Do you understand? It's not hard. One button. All you need to do is literally push one button. Car waiting for you, wherever you want to go. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. Do you understand?
Yes.
This will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Now, is it being reduced to a first?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay in this case. You will be required to pay a $3,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? It's a second. I'm not waiving it. And it's being reduced to a first. You were lucky because a second, it's a $6,000 surcharge that if you don't pay 1 day, every $100 you owe. So you will be required to pay this fee. You will also be required to pay the court costs as well. You have entered into an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. As part of the agreement, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, 1 victim impact panel. You will do a TRAS to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. They may do intensive outpatient treatment. They may do just supportive outpatient treatment. They may do inpatient treatment. I don't know what they're going to do, but you must fulfill whatever they say. Do you understand?
Yes.
No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock. But since you don't have the ability to drive, you must get a portable device. 25 hours of community service. Do you have any children? Okay, get rid of the community service. I'd rather do a parenting class. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. If you need extra time to pay, we will give it to you. All you have to do is ask. I'm telling you now, there's 3 possible things that could make this thing really go sideways. The first is if you drink. If you consume, a warrant will be issued. They will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. If they prove it to me that you're consuming, it's very well possible that we put you into inpatient treatment. The other thing that the worst possible thing you could do is drive. If you drive without a Texas driver license and liability insurance, likewise, they will issue a motion to revoke. The other thing is take off. If you abscond and you take off, it's an instant warrant. If you ever have an issue, you can come talk to us. We can work it out. There's never nothing that can be solved. Everything can be solved in this life, one way or the other. Those are the 3 things that are
Now
all
we enter
hangings.
full-blown drama mode. The transcript shows multiple cases, credit days, prior probation, and financial considerations all colliding. Notice the dialogue about PTI options, financial limitations, and plea deals. These negotiations highlight a critical part of courtroom strategy, weighing legal options versus potential consequences. Also, the judge's real-time reactions, calling out past behavior, warning about future fees, and giving practical advice, show the blend of authority, legal procedure, and human judgment. For viewers, this is where the stakes feel tangible. Question for you. If you were the defense attorney, how would you approach this plea negotiation given the prior offenses and financial constraints?
Do you understand?
Sure.
So cut her fees. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Was there an accident in this case? No? Okay. All right, ma'am. Best of luck to you. We'll have you meet with Shori.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse. Thank you, Judge. Good to see you again.
Judge, I have Dennis Fisher, and this one's getting old, but he's sent me a bunch of character letters that I need to compile into a packet. And so can I get 2 weeks on that? I'm hoping they'll approve him for PTI. They had previously offered him time served.
369.
I know, Judge. Could we get 2 weeks and then we'll just either see if they'll approve him for PTI or set it for trial, plea or trial?
Have everything?
Judge, he sent me the letters he sent them yesterday, so I have to compile them into a packet.
I'll give you a week.
Okay, 1 week.
360.
Then I'll compile them in a packet today and just send them so we can at least get a response on that. You want my approach on a different one?
Yeah.
Judge, I have Moses Garza. I don't know if you want to talk to him. He's kind of unsure. I'm guessing we're just gonna have to set it for trial because he's.
No. We've literally set it
Yes,
to
Judge.
consider since December. Mr. Garza,
I think he's in the hallway. I can go get him, Judge.
please. You have had since December to consider what to do. It is now time to consider now what you want to do with this case. Today is the plea deadline. You must either accept the plea bargain agreement or we will set your case for trial. If I set your case for trial, that's okay, but I'm not going to take anything else. I'm not here to play games. That's it. You're out of time. It's 190 days old. I will have you talk with your lawyer. You consider what you want to do, but today's the day.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
You want my approach?
Yeah.
Judges, I don't know if Jorge Gomez ever checked in. He picked up a new case.
Yeah, I know. We were going to end up revoking it, right? Because he didn't show up today. And he picked up a new case. He had BVR.
I haven't been able to get in,
Okay. Okay.
I did text him, Judge.
Regards, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. You need to understand that this charge, it's going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You ever get pulled over again, an officer is going to see this. If they smell anything funky, if they smell alcohol, if they smell marijuana, it's not going to go well for you. It's probably not going to go well for you. Don't give them the ammunition. Don't really. All you have to do is one button on your phone. A car will take you wherever you want to go. $40. You understand?
Understood.
Right. It's not hard. You're giving up the right to a trial. right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, and give up the right to appeal, like I said. So that's why it stays on your record forever. Is this what you want to do?
I'm gonna have to plead, yeah, plead guilty.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor, it's best.
Your other option is trial.
Here's a fascinating moment. The officer documents bloodshot eyes, confusion, and failed field sobriety tests. But the defendant challenges probable cause. The judge carefully evaluates the evidence, emphasizing that assumptions aren't enough for conviction. This demonstrates the critical balance in law between observed facts and legal thresholds. Audience insight, legal outcomes hinge not just on actions, but on how evidence is documented and interpreted. Even subtle details, like whether the vehicle is in the middle of the road, can affect whether charges proceed. This is why every procedural step in a DWI stop is scrutinized in court.
This is the only best option right now. In trial, I would need better representation, and you being a defense attorney, you know how this is gonna go, and it's not gonna work out. And I'm not in a financial step. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm not in a financial standpoint for trial,
Our
so
lawyer if you want, but
Yeah.
you would understand. I'm not going to take this plea if you don't think I'm guilty. You know, we don't play games here, right? You need to understand that he's got a lot of stuff going on in his life too. He's got hundreds of cases, right? So the evidence is out there. It is what it is. Have you been able to see the evidence?
I have, and it's not good, but it's not bad
We'll
either.
talk about the facts of the case.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying, if you've seen what's out there, I don't know. I have not seen it, but juries aren't dumb.
Yeah.
They know what drunk people look like. They know what intoxicated people. Drunk doesn't have to be falling down stupid where you pissed all over yourself. And no, it doesn't have to be like that. And you understand?
I understand.
Because this is a lifetime decision that you make today. Once you do this, there's no turning back. So you need to be fully aware, because like I said, there's no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. From now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up here. So if you want to do it, we can. If you don't, we can set you for trial. Did you apply for PTI or no?
Judge, we talked a lot about PTI, and it was an income issue. He just doesn't think he can afford PTI, but we've had many conversations about it.
That's something you're going to pay for it one way or the other. You know, DPS is going to start charging you for this thing, right? Your insurance is going to skyrocket. Insurance now is crazy as it is. So you're going to pay for it one way or the other. The option for PTI is if you're granted entry into it and you complete it, the case gets dismissed.
Not a financial standpoint, Jaden. Like, I've been over my financials, and I don't want.
Switching gears to family assault, the judge issues a GPS ankle monitor and protective order, illustrating the legal system's immediate protective powers. The defendant is restricted from contact, weapons, and proximity to the victim. This segment is a textbook example of how courts balance punishment with public safety and victim protection. Notice the judge fast-tracking to trial and emphasizing bond conditions. This sends a strong message. Compliance isn't optional. Key takeaway: protective orders are serious legal tools with immediate enforcement consequences. For viewers, ask yourself, how would you respond to such a strict but necessary court order if you were involved?
to be in a bigger hole than what I'm already in.
You don't want a trial?
I'm waiving the right to a trial.
Okay, all right. How do you plead to the case? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. The only thing, just don't pick up another one. If you think that this was bad, wait till you get a second DWI. Wait till you get it only gets worse. Now, he's asking me to waive the fee for you, which is a $3,500 fee. I'm going to do it now, but you pick up a second DWI, it's a $6,000 fee, not to mention the minimum of 30 days in jail. So get a clue. It's not hard. You understand? All right, best of luck, man.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just be safe. It's not hard. Good morning, sir. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 17th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a call for service at the 400th block of West Gray Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant sitting inside his vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed the defendant to have bloodshot eyes.
Here's where patterns emerge: multiple theft cases and bond violations. The judge's frustration is palpable, warning the defendant that this is his final chance. Legal lesson: repeat offenses often lead to escalating penalties, and courts have limited patience for repeated misconduct. Audience engagement: seeing multiple PR bonds and warnings gives insight into the cumulative effect of prior offenses. It's a masterclass in how the legal system enforces behavior change while balancing fairness and public protection. Tip: if you're on bond, compliance is non-negotiable. The courts are
The
watching.
defendant stated he didn't have anything to drink. A Houston Fire Department employee, the wheel witness, stated the defendant was asleep in the driver's side of the vehicle with his foot on the brake and the vehicle in drive. The wheel witness stated he had a hard time waking up the defendant. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN, 5 out of 8 clues observed on the walk-in turn, 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The results were .179 and .175.
Where was he? Was he in the middle of the road?
It sounds like,
He,
yeah, I don't. So it says that he was sitting inside his vehicle on the 400th block of West Gray Street, which is accessible to the public. On a public road.
don't, please. I have no idea what that is, where it is. Is he in the middle of the road? Is he in a parking lot? Is it Domino's Pizza? I mean,
It says it's on a public street. It says, well, more specifically, it says
reports.
400
My
block of West
goodness.
Gray Street. It's a public street.
I mean, I need more information. I mean, does it say he's on the street there, or are you assuming?
No, I'm not assuming. I'm saying what it says is that the 400th block of West Gray Street is a public street. It doesn't say specifically.
Doesn't ask him if he's driving, none of that in there? I mean, really?
Yeah, he did have the vehicle in drive with his foot on the brake and was unconscious. But in regards to the location aspect of it, there's something further stated on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna find no probable cause. I can't just go forward with assumptions here, you know? Mr. Cleary, be safe, man. You know,
Thank you.
we have every single day. Look, this weekend, how many people died on the road here in Harris County? You know, really, be smart.
Thank you.
You know, you have but one life. Don't do something where you either ruin your life or, more importantly, ruin someone else's life. Okay?
I appreciate
Please
that.
take a seat for me,
The
sir.
judge sets a follow-up to ensure the defendant is actively seeking employment, at least 10-15 applications. This is a real-world example of probation or pretrial conditions, including rehabilitation incentives, not just punishment. Courts use these requirements to encourage positive societal engagement. For viewers, notice how accountability extends beyond the courtroom. Compliance impacts daily life, and failing these conditions can lead to immediate consequences. Question: do you think these types of employment-focused court conditions are effective at reducing
I'm gonna find no
recidivism?
probable cause.
All right, Judge, next is case 4, Door, Adam.
Mr. Dory, you're charged with assault with a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Officer was dispatched to a disturbance. The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. The complainant stated the defendant shoved her multiple times with his elbow and also grabbed her arm, causing pain. The officer observed the complainant to have a scratch on her chin, scratches on her arm, and a large purple bruise on her right arm.
Know that he hit her? Do we know?
So the complainant stated the defendant shoved her multiple times with his elbow and also grabbed her arm, causing pain.
All right, Mr. Doran, we're going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. This case is 1,139 days old. If you take off again, I'm going to make the bond so high, you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As it stands now, I'm going to put an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. You will have a GPS monitor. I am now also issuing a protective order that you're not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Miss Ray Perez is now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit and act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072.
To wrap up, today's cases highlight the high-stakes reality of courtroom decisions. DWI violations, repeat offenses, probation conditions, protective orders, and financial penalties all intersect to create complex legal outcomes. Judges balance strict enforcement with rehabilitation, ensuring public safety while guiding defendants toward accountability. Ms. Gutierrez faces life-changing consequences if she fails to comply. The assault defendant must respect protective orders, and repeat offenders see escalating penalties. The lesson is clear. Every choice in the legal system matters, and the consequences can be permanent. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.